In this video, we're going to talk about reasonable adjustment. So reasonable adjustment is an adjustment made to the training and assessment to accommodate for a student with special needs. In the Assessor Guide, there's a number of paragraphs discussing reasonable adjustment, so what it is and how it's applied with some examples. But let's look at some examples ourselves. So if I look at a reasonable adjustment related to the delivery of a course, so just imagine in a fitness course, one of the sessions requires the students to take part in a water aerobics class to learn leadership skills. Now you have a student in the class for cultural reasons, can't take part in the class. So you'd look at providing an adjustment through organising another form of leadership class for them to participate in. So it might be a spin class or some other form of group exercise class where the activity doesn't conflict with their cultural beliefs. So when you're looking at assessments, it becomes a bit more complicated. So let's look at two examples of two people with disabilities. We've got someone who's got a locked knee and someone who's got no arms. So if we look at locked knee to start with, so in this case, this person is required to complete an assessment task that requires them to teach someone the squatting exercise. So we've got the squatting exercise. Okay, they need to basically explain the exercise to the person and demonstrate the exercise as part of the assessment task. So you might make an adjustment because if this person isn't able to demonstrate it, they can still achieve this task by getting someone else to demonstrate or just increasing the amount of verbal explanation or verbal instruction they provide during the exercise. So in this case, you could adjust that assessment task fine without causing any issues with the training package. Whereas we look at the second example, which is no arms, okay, in this case, the person's not going to be able to do CPR as we described in a different video. Having no arms, which means they physically couldn't do it, which would create a risk to the public because if someone went out into the gym, they might have to do CPR and they physically wouldn't be able to do it. So there was no way you'd be able to make an adjustment to that assessment task without causing issues with the training package. So again, you can make reasonable adjustments as long as that adjustment doesn't leave a hole in the training package requirements. So for this reason, if you feel there's a need to change an assessment task, you're not able to do it unless you speak to someone from management or from training that has been involved in developing the assessment task, so they can check to make sure that any changes don't cause an issue with the training package. So in the Assessor Guide, there's a really good table that follows the section on reasonable adjustment. And this table looks at some categories where reasonable adjustment might be applied, talks about the issue, and then some strategies that can be put in place as part of reasonable adjustment. So it's worthwhile looking over this table to get a better understanding of reasonable adjustment and some of the situations where you may need to apply it.